Bain is an award-winning singer and songwriter. He is a motivated speaker, a social activist, a TV and radio talk show host. Anyone heard him on the radio?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, yes.
All right, all right. And has appeared on many major US and international TV networks and radio shows. After overcoming his own odds against life, Lincoln has dedicated his life to helping people find and fulfill their reason for being. Lincoln is also the author of a book, and I'm sure he'll tell you a whole lot more about that, so I won't introduce it too much for you, but another dynamic presentation. Please help me welcome Mr. Lincoln Bain.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm going to use the podium like a preacher.
Yes.
Hope you all don't mind if I preach to you all.
Okay.
In the next couple of minutes. Preach?
Preach.
Mary did an excellent job talking about sales. And we're going to take this to another level. I'm going to tell you the other side of sales. I'm going to get you to understand sales and how sales really works. Before I get there, I just want to introduce something special to you. This was a one-year project for me. It was a two-year project. 1 year to write it and 1 year almost to get it published. This is a very special book for anyone who wants to find themselves. You're gonna see and hear some things in here that you've never heard before. You are truly gonna find yourself. You're truly gonna find your purpose. It's called Identity Crisis. It's gonna be available outside, and I'm gonna autograph it for anyone who wants to autograph. I'll be here. If I have to be at 2 o'clock, I have to. I already have a certain amount of books out there. But you can get it in all of the major stores in Nassau, and you can get it online. A lot of people have been ordering online already. $10. And the ebook is $8 online. An audiobook will be out next week. Some of us just don't have time to read. The audiobook will be out next week, and that'll also be $8. As you can see, there's a picture on the front of this book. And it's a cat looking in the mirror and seeing a lion. That's the identity crisis that most of us have. We don't know who we really are. And we settle, and we're imposters. We're not our true selves. If you look at yourself in the mirror, ask yourself if you're really the person that you always wanted to be when you were growing up. Or did you take a little detour? What happened to your dreams? Did you let life, did you let the quest for making money distract you from what you really wanted to be? This book is going to lay all of this out for you. All of it. Listen, some people ask me, why do you do so much? Why are you involved in so much things? Every time you see you doing something different. And on a big level, it's because that's what life is about. The story of the parable of the talents. Everyone here should read the parable of the talents and read, especially the last part of that. When he took the talent from the one and gave it to the 10. Now churches always stop reading right there. They always stop reading right there.
Yes.
But the next verse, if you read on, says, he sent that one who didn't use his talent to hell. To hell. To outer darkness. He said there'll be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And the reason why most church people don't read that is because they can't follow. This man didn't lie, steal, commit fornication. He didn't kill nobody. And he gets sent to hell. What is that? Some kind of new paradigm? Read this book, you can understand. Just like the fig tree that wasn't bearing fruit. The most important thing about that fig tree that wasn't bearing fruit and was cut down, it wasn't even fig season. The fig tree had an excuse. A lot of us have excuses.
Yes.
And we make excuses our entire life and then we die and bury our talents. I guarantee you, if you read this book, you will fulfill your purpose if you understand the things in this book. There's 107 secrets in this book to curing your identity crisis. Amen?
Amen.
Okay. Sermon over.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about sales. Sales is the most important thing on this planet. The most important thing on this planet. Nothing else even comes close. Nothing else is even in the same range as sales. Does that make sense to anyone else here? Or I need to justify that? I think I have to justify it for you because that really doesn't resonate. Sales is the most important. Sales is the #1 activity in this earth. Every single thing that happens through sales. Everything. Everything that you see around you was sold. The carpet on this ground was sold. The paint on that wall was sold. The clothes that you're wearing was sold. The hair that some of y'all wearing was sold. The air that we are breathing right now was sold to the air conditioning system. Everything was sold. The religion you believe in had to be sold to you. The political party you follow, they had to sell that on you. Everything was sold. No matter what business you are in, you are a salesman. If you're a doctor, you have to sell yourself. If you're a lawyer, you have to sell yourself. Even if you're an employer or an employee, you have to sell yourself to get that job. Didn't you? You had to sit in front of them and tell them why you deserve this job. Didn't you? Every single person on this earth is a salesperson. And when you understand that, every great person who's ever lived, you know them because they were a salesperson. Columbus was a salesperson. Jesus was a salesperson. Columbus had to stand in front of Isabel and convince Isabel to give him some boats. Jesus had to convince some disciples to come and walk with him. God had to convince Moses to go against Pharaoh. So every single person, including yourself, is a salesperson. So see yourself differently, and you're going to move to another level. Now, if sales is the most important thing on this earth, then what's the objective? When you sell, what are you selling to do? Most people sell to make money, right? That's what you sell for. When you sell to make money. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay, so in order to understand, sorry for turning my back to you, but I can do it a couple times tonight. The last speaker wouldn't like that, but you have to understand money. If you don't understand money, then you don't understand this world. You don't understand this life. Money makes the world go round. And you have to understand money. But there's a curious thing about money that a lot of you don't understand. And some of you might have heard me say this before, but this is going to sound strange. But I'm going to justify this in a minute. And if you understand this, you will be able to make $1 million anytime you want to. You will be able to start $1 million business anytime you want to. You will be able to survive. Even in a recession, it won't be able to touch you. If you understand what I'm about to tell you. Money is not real. No one curse me out. Money isn't real. Money is like Santa Claus. He might put a lot of gifts under the tree, but they ain't real. Now some gifts ended up under the tree, but money is not real. Think about it. They make that anytime they want to. That's something they print when they want to. What is money? If they want money, they just go and print it. Yeah. Where that come from? Poof. That's like taking a rabbit out of a hat. Oh, the country needs more money, they'll go print that. That is money. So what is money and where did money come from? What's the history of money? Let me take you all back for a minute. So I'm going to have to go over my time a little bit, but this is very important. Because if you all understand this is going to change the lives of everyone in here.
Amen.
Where did it all start? Back in the old days, they bartered. There was no money. So for example, I farm fruits. Troy makes milk. Mario is a locksmith. If I want milk, I give Troy some fruits. He gives me some milk. I give him a pound of fruits, he gives me a pound of milk. We're good. The problem comes in when I want milk, but Troy don't want no fruits. So how am I gonna get my milk? That's when they created something called would be called today, similar to an IOU. It's called a pay to the bearer. If you ever look at a British pound, go and Google it when you get a chance.
Yes.
If you look at the British pound, it still has on it all of their money, pay to the bearer. So what I would do is, I would get the milk from him, and he would give me a note saying, pay to the bearer 1 pound of whatever. And then I would take that, and I need some locksmith work done, or he needs some locksmith work done, and we'd pass it to him. And so that's the purpose of money. Money is actually just a receipt of a transaction. It's the product or the service that's important. But a lot of us fail because we focus on the money. We work to make money. If you're in the shoe business, you're in the business to trade shoes, not to make money. The money will come as a result, but we get lost.
Yeah.
It was transactions of value. Okay? So money is not real. Money only came about to show someone else that me and him had a transaction. That's all money is. And so if you understand that, you'll understand how to move to the next level. Listen, so then, how do you create something that is not real? This fake thing that they call money, that is not real, that they print anytime they want all over the world, it's just that you can't print that. You see, what happened later, because there started to be so much fraud, because I could make up a fake thing and say, Troy gave me that and give it to him and say, I want some locksmith work. They started having the government sign it. And so now we have a central governor or someone else who signs on the money, the IOU, the pay to the bearer, instead of the persons who did the transaction, to keep it legal. Okay? And so that's where we got the concept of money that we have today, that is governed by the government instead of people who are actually trading. So how do you and I make money and get money if we don't have it? This fake, unreal thing. I'm going to tell you a secret, another secret, you better write this down. As long as you have something that someone else wants, you have money. I'll repeat that for those who are writing. As long as you have something that someone else wants, you have money. Bill Gates started his company with nothing. They found a guy that had some hardware and he wanted some software, and they said, hey, we can do that software for you. The man said, you can? Okay, here's $50,000 to start with. And listen, this in the 70s, $50,000 is like $50 million today. Here's $50,000, I need this is down payment, I need you to get me that as soon as possible. Bill Gates had no idea how to do that. But he just knew what that man wanted. And he knew he was going to find out a way to get that for that man. He started a business with nothing. How many of you use the excuse that you don't have money, that's why you can't start a business? How many people say you need money to make money? That's the biggest lie on this planet. I started one of the biggest men's shoe store in the region, all over the Caribbean, with $540, 15 pairs of shoes. In 1 year, we had made millions of dollars all over the region. $6 million. From the trunk of a car with something that people wanted, Jordans. I saw that people were getting robbed and killed. They were sticking you up and taking it off your foot. I said, what? I need to sell that. That was better than selling cocaine. I never sold cocaine. But I did have some drug dealers who was wholesaling, who was buying from me and selling it over, and I tell you no word of lie. And a lot of them said that they were making more money selling the shoes than selling weed. Have something that someone else wants. Is that making sense to you?
Yes.
It's simple as that. You can be as broke as you want to be. If I have a bottle of water and Troy is thirsty, I am no longer broke. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I could buy water for 50 cents, sell it to Troy for $2. Now I could buy 4 water. So I get thirsty again. I guarantee you. Now, I'm going to teach you some powerful secrets. And when you understand these secrets that I'm about to teach you, you're going to be able to sell ice to an Eskimo. Who would love to be able to sell ice to an Eskimo? You will be able. What's probably the worst thing that someone could sell you? Oh, they have this website on Facebook. It's called Don't Sell Me No SHI, and I can't say the rest of the word because I'm a Christian. You will be able to sell. Oh, the children call it doo-doo. You will be able to sell doo-doo to a businessman when I'm finished with you. I guarantee you. You will be able to sell doo-doo to a sensible, not insane businessman, and he will gladly take that when I finish. If I reach there, they don't cut me off. I know that sounds crazy. You will be able to sell property on the moon in a minute, but I'm finished with you. That doesn't sound right. Why? Because that isn't real? You guys buy stuff and do stuff that's not real all the time. Okay, anyone else? If I offered to sell you this tie right now for $2,000, anyone would buy it? Anyone? No one?
No, that's somebody want to buy it.
You all look like this is a beautiful tie. No one ever would spend $2,000 on this tie, but it ain't worth that?
I would. Depends on how much you sell it for. Depends on how much I can. If I
can fix yours in this in a minute. Y'all know what my gorgeous tie.
If I can resell that for twice as much, I'll buy it.
You buy stuff that is fake all the time. The greatest salesmen on this earth, some of the greatest salesmen sell you stuff that's not even real. They sell you fake stuff all the time and you fall for it. And you willingly give them your money. Let me give you some examples. Vince McMahon. Anyone know him? Yeah. He sells fake wrestling that all of us know is fake. And we love it. Can't get enough. He fills out stadiums all over America. Fill them out. You watch some basketball game, they got some empty seats. Some baseball games, they got empty seats. Not wrestling. And you know it's fake. And they tell you it's fake. But you love it. And nothing you can do but watch that. McDonald's selling you fake food every day. Every single day. And you loving it. And they're the biggest seller of beef in the world. Fake food. In fact, they have the worst hamburger on the market.
Yep.
The worst. Good thing we recording video. However, you buy it and you love it. And there's a reason. I'm going to tell you why shortly. Disney got you to pack up all your children and bring them to see a fake mouse. And all y'all go on there to see the fake mouse and take picture with the fake mouse. I'm sorry to tell you this. That mouse ain't no real mouse. He's on 2 feet, not 4. And he don't eat cheese. It's a man in a costume. The movies make fake stories and get you to pay to come and see them. I have another breaking news story for you. Superman can't really fly. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you guys this stuff. Even so-called reality TV.
It ain't real.
Yeah,
I can leave that right there for y'all to marinate on. So if y'all can buy their fake stuff, y'all should be able to learn how they sell their fake stuff. And then y'all should be able to sell property on the moon. Because that's what y'all buying every day. Think about that. They're selling you a bunch of fake stuff. So now, we're going to first learn from the guy that I think personally is one of the greatest salesmen I've ever heard of. And he wasn't even a businessman. He was a musician. And he was the first artist in world history to sell 1 million records. Anyone know who he is? Yes. Someone said Michael Jackson. No. The name Michael Jordan either. And it wasn't Elvis. It wasn't Prince. The first one to sell 1 million records. Harry Belafonte.
Oh.
Dale! Dale! He sold 1 million records, the first one to do it. Not Elvis or anyone else this time. And I wanted to know how in the world he did that with foreign music. Listen, I love me some KB, but KB can't go to the US and sell 1 million records. None of our artists can do it. I'm sorry. He did that with foreign music and was the first to do it. I got an opportunity, I'm a singer. I was actually singing at an event that he was singing at, and I had one question for him. I got a chance to meet this fella, and I didn't want an autograph. I wanted one thing. So, how did you sell 1 million records and be the first to do it? Smile, because he knew a lot of people didn't know that. I did. He said, he told me a couple of things, but this is the main thing he said. He said, Lincoln, get them to sing along, and then they're going to want to know what you're about. Like, okay, that made no sense, sir. Like, what, that don't tell me how. He said, okay, I'll break it down for you again. He said, first get their attention, and then they're going to want to know what you're about. The key to sales is to get their attention. This is used by every famous salesperson in world history, including Jesus. Jesus didn't just walk up to disciples and say, hey, hello, I'm Jesus, I'm good, come follow me. He didn't. He said, oh, y'all like fish? Okay, let me show you something with fish. Y'all ain't got no fish? Throw the net over there on that side. We did that already. Do it again. Miracle. He got their attention. Then he said, now leave that fish and let's go. He got their attention first. And then they want to know, who is this fellow? God didn't just come to Moses. He could have just come to Moses and say, Moses, go to Pharaoh. Now! He didn't. He got his attention in a burning bush. It was like, what? That bush is burning, but it's not burning. I got to see what's going on there. Get their attention, and then they're going to want to know what you're about. This is why companies like Apple and Samsung every time they bring out a new phone, there's a bunch of features in it that you are never going to use.
Yeah.
But it catches your attention. And that's why I got this computer now that's backflip and do all kind of turns. I ain't never be able to use that, but it's just neat to see it. So I wanted it. Samsung got me from Apple because I was an Apple fool. When they brought out the phone, the Galaxy 3, and I could put my face to it and unlock it. Oh my God, I can do that? I never use that. Because I'm afraid that I would be sleeping and someone just put it in my face. Gotcha. Let me see who you what's happening. That's the only use them fingerprint scanners too when you fall asleep. Mario, when you fall asleep, she gonna swipe your finger. Okay? I gotta speed up for you all, because they telling me I only got 20 minutes left. Not you, miss. So I'm gonna skip this. You are a salesperson, and you have a lot of competitors out there. You want to do business, you have a lot of competitors out there. Who's your biggest competitor? No, yourself is not your biggest competitor. Your biggest competitor is the customer. I know, that makes no sense.
It does.
You are competing with the customer for the money in their pocket. That's where the competition lies. It's not with anyone else. It's for the money in their pocket. And so, if you want to make money as a salesperson, you have to get that money out of their pocket. How do you do it? It's like taking candy from a baby. You have to make your product or service seem more valuable to them than the money in their pocket. The minute you're able to do that, they're going to take that money out of their pocket and give it to you, because that isn't worth as much as an iPhone 7. When they show me the iPhone 7 and say, look, it does this, it does that, you got to have this, the girls are going to like you. Yeah? Okay. Yeah. Take it. Take this $800, that's nothing compared to an iPhone. Okay? And that's what you do. I'm gonna have to skip through now. So that means that you have to sell what people want. Okay? You have to sell what people want, not what you want. A lot of people say, I'm going to go into business because I like this, and they pick the dresses that they like, and I'm going to sell these and this and that. The public mightn't like what you like. Okay? Again, I asked this question earlier. What's probably the worst thing that you could sell to someone? If I came to you right now and tried to sell you some feces, would you buy it? No?
No.
One of the biggest businesses in the world is the manure business. Fertilizer. You take that fertilizer to a farmer, and he's going to give you money for that. Perspective.
That's different.
He wants it. It has value to him. Doo-doo has no value to you, even though you cannot eat without doo-doo, because they need that to make the stuff you're eating. Its value, and I wish I could get further into it, but I'm almost out of time. And so, business and marketing is about filling needs and want. You need to understand that. Who's the greatest salesperson on earth right now? The greatest salesperson on earth? No one? Okay, I gotta go fast. The devil. He gets you to do whatever he wants. Anytime. He's the greatest salesperson. He gets you to do what he wants, even though you know I shouldn't be doing this, but I gotta do it. And marketers use a similar strategy to him. I'm going to break down something for you. Let me look at someone he tempted, Adam and Eve. He tempted Eve. Did you notice something? He never told Eve to eat that fruit. He never said, Eve, eat the fruit. He never did. He never did. At no point did he say, Eve, eat this fruit. The Bible says she ate the fruit, this Genesis 3:6. She ate the fruit when she saw that it was good for food, good to look at, and good for wisdom. She deceived herself. All he did was tell her, if you eat this fruit, you're going to die. Your eyes can be open. You can be like God. What? Marketers use it the same way. And you have to learn how to use that too. You've never seen a Nike commercial that tells you to buy Nike. They don't tell you to buy Nike. They make Nike valuable in their commercials. They say, like Mike. Satan said, you'll be like God. Nike said, you'll be like Mike. Wow. You say, yeah, give me them shoes. Wow. They never tell you to buy their product. They make it seem valuable. And so you take the money out of your pocket. If Michael Jordan could jump from the free throw line and he wearing these shoes gotta be valuable. Oh, no. I wish I could go into more details for you all. And so there are some things you have to understand. There's two things that people buy. Only two things people buy. Two things. Things they want and the things they need. They don't buy anything else. And so, what are they buying? How is McDonald's able to do that? How is Disney able to do that? How is Vince McMahon able to do that? Because people want an experience. They're buying an experience. More than anything else, Disney is an experience. Yeah. So you go there and you will pay $16 for a hot dog, $30 for a turkey wing, a turkey leg, because you want the experience. McDonald's gives your child an experience on the weekend. And so you want to go there with them and eat these, you know what. Vacation is an experience. A concert is an experience. And so that is what you're selling. They also want something to talk about and show off with their friends. And that is why they buy the new iPhone. Something to show off with. They want a computer that can flip and backflip and do all this stuff. They also want something to validate them. That's why they buy jewelry and Fendi and Nike, the expensive car, the expensive house, the golf club membership. Someone who owned the Tommy store before told me something. I asked him, how come you don't ever wear Tommy? And you own the Tommy store. And this was back in the day when everyone wore Tommy and went to Huffers to buy shoes, and that was payday. You know, to the bank, to the liquor store, then Tommy, and then Huffers. That was the routine. All the construction workers. I said, why do you wear Tommy? And he was like, let me tell you a secret. He said, you see this shirt right here I'm wearing? He said, this is a no-name brand. You don't know this brand. He said, so this shirt was made in the same factory. This is a cotton shirt. Made in the same factory with that Tommy shirt. He said, for the smart people who want to spend $10 on cotton, they put this brand. He said, for the fools who want to spend $100 on sea and cotton, they put Tommy on it. And so that's for y'all people who say y'all didn't buy my tie. Y'all do it every day. Spending $900 on a bag. That's not valued that. And so the key is to make the thing that you have more valuable to them than the money in their pocket, and they will take it out and give it to you. I just want to give you 2 more quick points if you let me. Before she throw me out, this is a bossy woman.
I am.
there's a little trick in Chinese that I want all of you to take away. See, when you have a new product, no one knows it, no one knows you. A lot of you want to go into business, and you have a new product and you want to know how to get it out there. It's something the Chinese use called giving before you take. Giving before you take, and that's a sales strategy. Okay? Remember, all of these stuff I said to you earlier, if you get the customer what they want, you don't have to sell. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to be good at sales. Listen, Bill Gates, they used to go for days without bathing, never wore a necktie and suit, would go to a meeting smelly to sell some software to some people, and they would buy it. Steve Jobs is the same thing. But you're telling us, okay, put on your coat suit, dress the way you want to be addressed. Listen, if you have what something want, they don't care who you is, how you look, or where you are. They will come in the back of the bush to get that. But you have to make your product more valuable to them, even if it's a dry up little piece of beef. That's your job. But give it before you take. The Chinese do it in the mall, the Chinese restaurants. You see, they always give away, give away. There's a psychological strategy before that. Normally when you give to people, they feel committed.
Yeah. It's
called giving before you take. You know, a lot of companies do it, drug dealers do it. When they come to a new neighborhood, they give away the cocaine free. You'll be back. Tyler Perry said he got famous because of the DVD, people who would steal his DVDs and pirate it and give it to people. He said otherwise no one would know about him. But it was given before you take. I started a medical supply company that did very well. We made a lot of money, millions of dollars. We went into medical supplies, and 20-something, didn't know anything about it, had a nurse working for us, and it did very well. What did we do? We came in order to sell to the government, which is where most of what you sell to, you have to take part in their bidding process, okay? We came in after the bidding process, so they said, well, we can't buy from you because we don't know your product, and you didn't take part in the bidding process, so we can't work with you. No matter what you say, no matter what I said, no matter how good of a salesman I was, it didn't matter to them. So what did I do? I said, okay, I have several containers of stuff that's just going to wait until next year when they have the bidding process. They'll put up. I don't have anything to do with them. Just take them. And they took the stuff. They said, yeah? Okay. They took the stuff. They went, took it in the hospital, and it was flooded all over the hospital. I went there one day and I was seeing my name brand all over the place. All over the place. And so they ran out, because what happens is the people here aren't able to supply them properly, so they keep running out. And so they came back to me and said, hey, Lincoln, you wouldn't happen to have any more of those samples, would you? I said, no, but I could sell you some at a very good price. He said, no, we can't buy from you because we don't know your product and you weren't part of the bidding process. And I said, my product is the #1 product in the hospital right now. It's like, oh, you know what, you're right. Okay, we'll take it. And they started buying from me. Some of the suppliers started buying from me because now they could sell that product to them because they couldn't get the supplies in the States. And we took over. It was given before you take. Always remember, people are sheeple. People herd, people flock, people follow. I wish I could elaborate on that. But whenever you have a listen, if you open up a stand selling whatever you sell, and there are crowds around your stand, I guarantee you some people are going to get curious. Never let your business open empty. Even if you have to give it away. Give it away. Because people herd, people flock. People want to do what other people are doing. That's psychological. That's inherent in us. Okay? And so you have to, the last thing I'm going to say before I wrap up, I had some good stuff that I couldn't give you. But the book is coming out on this. So when you hear about it, get it. Because that's going to be one of the most powerful books you've ever read. Did you learn some good stuff today?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. There's something called buzz marketing. Never make your stuff normal. Always make your stuff stand out. people want to talk about stuff. The best way for a movie to get out there is word of mouth. It isn't the commercials. People don't really trust commercials. They trust one another. That's why network marketing is so big. They trust each other. And so buzz marketing, make your product, make people want to talk. When the new iPhone comes out, people start talking about it. The Samsung people start hating and having arguments in the barbershop, and vice versa. They start talking about it. Make them talk about your product. And it's called buzz marketing. And if you do that, they will remember. Always make your thing memorable. Watch this. Can anyone, this is a trick that lawyers use on TV. TV lawyers use in their court cases. What color tie am I wearing? Why were you able to remember that? Because this stands out. Because y'all ever see a man stand up to do a speech with pink tie on? No. Okay. This lawyer rests his case. But always make your stuff stand out. And there's 5 things with the buzz marketing. One is use the taboo, use the unusual, use the outrageous, use the hilarious, use the remarkable. Okay? Use the remarkable. Always make your thing stand out more than anything else. And if you use these principles that I just gave to you, I wish I could wrap it up and give you the rest of it with some powerful stuff. Listen to my show. I'm going to be putting some plugs. And when you hear us doing a speech again, you hear me doing a speech on sales again, I ain't get cut short. Make sure you're there so you can get the full thing. If you follow the things I told you just now, you will become a millionaire, I guarantee you. A millionaire. Has anyone here ever made $1 million in 1 year? I know Jasmine has. I've done that. I've done it over and repeatedly with several companies. Donald Trump always says, making $1 million is like learning how to ride a bike. Once you could do that once, once you learn it, you know this Donald Trump, he's a genius, you know. Don't mind him acting stupid.
He is.
He's playing.
He is a genius.
He knows how to get people's attention because the first thing, and this is the last thing I can say, promise. The first thing you look for is building a brand.
Yes.
When you have a brand, you have everything. And I want to end on this. Build a brand. Oprah can say right now, buy this book, and that book will sell millions of copies right now because Oprah say buy that. Yeah. Oprah can say, everyone stop eating beef, and beef will go down. Why? Because she has a brand. Oprah is expert in nothing. I don't even think she's been to college. She's expert in nothing, but she has a brand. She's known. Make yourself known. And it doesn't matter. Michael Jordan doesn't have any authenticity to tell me to buy Hanes. What you know about underwear? You design this? But Michael Jordan wearing Hanes? I wear Hanes. He must know why he's wearing it. He's a brand. All smart marketers use branding, and that's why books would say by the #1 best-selling author, Miles Monroe. Or they would say by the makers of the hit movie Shrek. They use their continuous brand to continue. Even God used that. Have you ever heard God say, I am the God of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac? Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. He is using a brand. The people knew Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. They didn't know God. They were forgetting him. Remember, even when Moses came around and God was saying, go tell the people with me. He was like, okay, so who am I going to tell him you are again?
I am that I am that I am.
Because the people were forgetting him. He said, tell him I am that I am. And then he also said right after that, I'm the God of Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. He used the brand. So ladies and gentlemen, if you build a brand, if you make the thing that you're selling more valuable than the money in that person's pocket, you will become a millionaire. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.